Welcome to the 2017 Ace Science Cork 20 Rally, where we take a look at the national, historic and junior classes in this year's event. The final round of the Clonakilty Black Pudding Irish Tarmac Rally Championship 2017, based in the West Cork town of Macroom, midway between Cork and Killarney. There are 16 stages to be traversed this year, 8 on the opening day and the concluding 8 on the second and final day. After rounds in Galway, West Cork, Killarney, Donegal and Ulster, there will be a new national champion crowned. Donegal's Kevin Eves just had to turn up in his Toyota Corolla to collect the bonus points on offer from the final round of the series. Eves had won in West Cork on the Rally of the Lakes and was third in Galway. The only blemish, a big crash in Donegal, which meant a non-finish, but he arrived in Cork, needing only to start the opening stage to be crowned the modified champion.
We didn't expect we'd be standing here at the start of the year, so we kind of got away with third in Galway, and then we got away the next two rallies. We outright won them, so to go off in Donegal, now we're back here, so we just have to roll over the ramp. The championship's ours, so happy out.
One eye-catching entry is John Coyne's Porsche 997.
This car is fantastic to drive. Spectators love it. It just sounds and looks so fantastic.
As Coyne rolls off the start ramp, we get a chance to speak to Ace Science director Neil Phelan, who's competing in a Mark II Escort.
Yeah, I can't wait. The stages are fantastic. So, and I've heard so much about these classic stages. I've never done them, so I'm really looking forward to it.
In the junior category, the championship contenders, County Cavan pairing, Jenna McCann and John McCabe. Their main rival, Justin Ryan and Tommy Moynihan, in their Honda Civic.
Yeah, same as last year. I was here last year and unfortunately things didn't go our way, so this year we'd like a different result if we could, but we're up against tough opposition in Jenna and yeah, tough conditions. We've 2 days, we've never done a 2-day rally before, so yeah, we're looking forward to it, and maximum attack I think in the morning is the only way to go.
We had a great year, great battle with Justin Ryan. It's down to the final round today, so we'll see who has the best luck over the weekend.
There was also the battle for the two-wheel drive honours. James Wilson and Gavin Doherty in their Peugeot 205 led before Cork. Their main challengers, the Belfast pairing of William Crichton and Liam Regan in their Peugeot 208.
It's going to be a very tricky rally, you know, quite long, 16 stages, so yeah, we'll go out and get the first loop done and see where we are.
It's definitely going to be exciting. It's another finishers rally this year, I think, so very, very technical stages. We'll just have to play it here and see what happens. I'd say the first loop will tell a lot, but William's not going to go easy on me anyway.
The number one entrant in the national category was the Ford Fiesta R5 of Pádraig Duffy and Kevin Glynn. Duffy's Fiesta would normally be classed in the international category, but the County Monaghan driver was running the Plus Pack in the R5, so it was classified in Class 20 in the national section. He's waiting on a new engine, and after the opening 3 stages, Duffy led the national category by 3 seconds. Stage 4 was then cancelled due to oil on the road.
Pádraig, you content with the opening loop?
Yeah, the stage 1 we had a massive moment on it and it killed our confidence. Very long stage, you lose a lot of time if you don't have the confidence, so that's fine.
Here's the new national champion Kevin Eves, who only had to get off the start of stage 1 to claim the 5 bonus points on offer. Eves was nominated in March and April of this year for the Billy Cohen Award as Motorsport Ireland Young Rally Driver of the Year. The overall winner will be announced in December. After 4 stages he was in second, 3 seconds back from Duffy, the back end of his Toyota sliding in the wet conditions. Third was Gary McNamee in the Honda Civic after 4 stages. He was 11.1 seconds off the lead and 8.1 seconds off Eves. Jason McSweeney was keeping McNamee honest in the Mitsubishi Evo, and he was just 1.5 seconds off third place. Barry Mead's Ford Escort was also in the mix, saving well here. Mead was a mere 0.1 of a second off McSweeney's Mitsubishi after the opening loop of this year's Cork 20. And the top 6 in the national category was completed by the Welshman Phil Collins, a regular visitor to Irish events, in his beautifully prepared Mark II Escort. Stephen Macaulay is his navigator. They had intercom problems, however.
And cut left 2 over crest, then right 3, and left entry into turn right 11. Gravel. Read it yourself a minute.
Seventh and 5.1 seconds behind Collins, the BMW 1M of Eugene Megan and co-driver Sarah Whelan. Jason Ryan and Peter Keohane were lying in 8th place after 2 stages in the Honda Civic. However, they ran into a problem on stage 3 where they overshot and ended up in a ditch, needing to get help to get going again. That mishap dropped the Honda Civic back to 14th. 8th now, another Welsh visitor, the 2017 historic champion Barry Jones and Ian Griffiths, out in class 14 in Cork in their new 2.5 litre Escort. Lots of learning to do with the extra power and different suspension. Though they got lucky as one of the marshals tried manfully to repair the road after they departed. 9th in the Ford Escort RS, Sean Moynihan and Liam Brennan. And the top 10 after the opening loop was completed by the Talbot Sunbeam of John Devlin and John McCarthy. They were 5.8 seconds off Moynihan.
You've worked hard to achieve a comfortable position in this event at this stage.
Yeah, it's been a very tricky rally so far, you know, and keeping in the rally is a big achievement probably on its own. Just driving at a good steady pace that we're comfortable with without really taking any major risks.
In the battle for the two-wheel drive R2 class, James Wilson and Gavin Doherty led after the opening loop of stages and had a 6.9 second advantage in the Peugeot 205. William Crichton lay second in the 208. Third, Ed Toomey and Sean Hassett in the Ford Fiesta R2, but the gap considerable at 1 minute 58.9 seconds. William Mavety and Brian Daniels led Group N in their Mitsubishi Evo 9. They're also 13th on the international standings.
I didn't mind it, I like the wet, so I was kind of enjoying it. The first stage we were having a really good cut at it on the gravelly section. They're nice stages, there's good grip on them for it being so wet, so no, we're happy enough.
Second in the Group N showroom category were Cahan McCourt and Brian Hoy. They were just 3.9 seconds behind Mavety in their Evo 9. With stage 4 cancelled, it was on to stages 5, 6, 7 and 8. The 4 concluding stages on day 1. And at the end of the day, Kevin Eves and William Lynch had stormed through to take the overnight lead. With 8 stages to go and day 2 looming, their Toyota Corolla had a comfortable 58.4 second lead. Up to second now, Barry Mead and John McCarthy in their Ford Escort. A solid run over the day's remaining 4 stages had moved them up from 5th to 2nd in the national category overnight. Down to 3rd after 8 stages, Porrick Duffy and Kevin Glynn in their Fiesta. Duffy encountered a problem on stage 5, which actually dropped him to 7th, but he was 5th at the end of stage 6, and overnight he climbed back to 3rd in class, 9.9 seconds now off 2nd place Mead. Gary McNamee and Ryan Diver couldn't see out the day, however. They retired the Honda Civic on stage 7. Jason McSweeney and Kevin McCarthy were now 4th after day 1 in their Mitsubishi Evo 9, 16.3 seconds off Duffy's Fiesta. Phil Collins and Stephen Macaulay ended the day 5th in modifieds, having overcome their intercom problems. The pair were just 1/10 of a second off McSweeney.
Flat dip, then crest and left 2 over crest. And right 1 after crest, 100.
Eugene Megan and Sarah Whelan now 6th after 8 stages in the BMW, 1 minute and 51 seconds off Eve's lead. Here's our first look at Colin Byrne and Stephen Quinn in their Ford Escort Mark II, 7th in the national category at the end of 8 stages. Cork 20 sponsor Neil Phelan and co-driver Joe Hearns made it back to the end of day 1 safely in their Mark II Escort in 21st place. In the R2 class, William Crichton led after 2 stages, then slid to 2nd by the end of stage 5, but he'd regained that lead by day's end by 31.3 seconds. James Wilson and Gavin Doherty now slipped to 2nd in that class.
Your hunger for a championship win seemed to be put into play this afternoon, William.
Yeah, we really want it, so yeah, we're just trying to stay focused and try and keep it tidy.
Positions were now reversed in Group N. Cahan McCourt led after 8 stages and overnight led the class by 41.5 seconds. Slipping off the lead was William Mavety in the Evo 9, a misfire that caused them losing their class lead. In the battle for junior honours, Jason Black led at the end of day 1 in the Toyota Starlet.
150 here, 3 right, 3 left. Kink, watch this one, Jason. Watch it. 40 for 3 left.
Championship chasing, Justin Ryan and Tommy Moynihan were third in juniors at the end of day 1.
Caution, 2 left over crest jump into bump. Into 1 right over crest jump, easy. 1 left, keep in over crest jump, and 1 right over bump. Into caution, slow crest, caution, slow crest.
Jenna McCann and John McKay were fourth, keeping Ryan on their sights. Just 3 points separated the pair ahead of the Cork 20 junior decider, and McCann was 7.8 seconds off Ryan overnight.
Go on, keep it in, go on, easy. Crest, 40 left on crest jump, okay, past the wall, it's okay, keep it in on 60.
Eamon McCarthy and Declan Buttimer were third in class after 2 stages, but this off dropped them to 13th at the end of 8 stages. And they weren't the only ones finding difficulty on the slippery opening day stages. Thankfully, all crews were okay after their respective offs. And this the leaderboard then at the end of the opening day in 8 stages of this year's Cork 20 Rally in the modified or national category. We'll see you shortly for part 2. Join us after the break. Welcome back to the A Science Cork 20 Rally and our look at the national, historic and junior classes in this year's event, the final round of the Clonakilty Black Pudding Irish Tarmac Rally Championship based in the West Cork town of Macroom. And so to the action on stages 9 through to 12 on day 2 of the Cork 20, and Kevin Eves consolidates his lead in the Corolla. With 4 stages to run, the Donegal driver has increased his overall advantage to 1 minute 7.2 seconds, barring any mechanical problems or a crash. Eve looked like adding to his 3 national category victories this season. The Cork 20 was turning into a victory run for the Corolla driver. Still second after 12 stages, Barry Mead in the Escort. Mead's not registered for the championship. He was having a more than decent run though in Cork. Mead said he just couldn't make inroads on the leader Eves. He said he was at a different level and a different pace. Warwick Duffy was finding Mead ahead of him a real handful. The gap between second and third in nationals at one stage stretched out to over 20 seconds. That was reduced to 16 seconds with 4 stages to run. Not getting cleanly around this corner though didn't help Duffy's cause. Fourth in class, Jason McSweeney and Keith McCarthy in the Mitsubishi Evo 9. A steady run for the pair and a 43-second gap between themselves and Warwick Duffy. Phil Collins and Stephen McCauley might have fancied a top 4 finish in their class in their Ford Escort Mark II. With 12 stages to go, the gap to McSweeney stood at 43 seconds.
Bump and bump, 70, right 2 minus on flat crest, then caution, long crest, down to gravel on crest and turn left 11, narrow.
Completing the top 6 with 4 to go, Eugene Megan in the BMW, 18.5 seconds behind Collins. In the R2 two-wheel drive class, William Crichton looks like he had an unassailable lead. After 10 stages, his 208 led by over 3 minutes. But he and William Regan crashed out on stage 11 as the British junior champion retired, ending his Irish Championship R2 hopes. Crichton's retirement handed the lead to James Wilson in the 205.
We're still having a few issues ourselves here, so hopefully the boys can get that sorted, but it's just important that we get to the finish now and try and take this championship.
Cahan McCourt led Group N after 12 stages and was actually 8th on the international standings as well. But but this would be the last we'd see of the Mitsubishi as the Evo didn't make it back out of service, which handed the showroom category lead back to William Mavity's Mitsubishi. The juniors run from stages 11 to 14 on day 2, and Jason Black and Carl Egan looked like winning it in their Toyota Starlet. With 2 stages remaining, they led by 3 minutes 22 seconds, and they looked home and hosed.
1 left over gravel, Bale until 2 right over gravel, and a 3 left over gravel, 3 left over gravel, opens to 1 left over crest. Long 3 right wasn't. 3 left, don't cut, 150.
Jenna McCann was making inroads, 5th at the end of stage 1, 4th until the end of stage 11, and was now 2nd with 2 stages to run in the juniors. Winning would be nice, the championship was more important.
3 right, long 1 left, fast 3 right. The caution crest, 3 left, in down over crest. Caution now, 3 left, in down.
Justin Ryan and Tommy Moynihan just couldn't keep pace with McCann, and a moment on a fast, straight piece of road may well have cost him big style.
Into 4 right and 3 left over crest and 1 right over crest. Go on, keep going, go on. 40 down, 1 right, 60.
Yeah, we lost a good bit of time there on that first one where we went off the road. We were lucky to be here, to be honest. We hit a bit of muck and ended up off the road on a straight section when it was pretty fast, so we lost a bit of time, and now she's 12 up on us, so going into 2 stages, it's a long shot, but we have to just keep the pressure on her, see what happens, and look, it was the pressure that told on me, so you know it can go either way, but we'll see how it goes.
And so to the final set of stages on this year's Cork 20 Rally, and every vantage point is taken to watch the action from the various different classes. Armagh's Jason Black was leading going into the final round of the junior stage by almost 4 minutes, but then heading off into a field. Black eventually got going again to finish 7th overall, but he threw away a winning lead.
Yes, well done.
Justin Ryan and Tommy Moynihan just couldn't keep pace with McCann and had to be content with 5th in Cork and 2nd place in the junior standings at the end of the season. This off didn't help as he misjudges a Bale chicane.
Turn square left.
It cost Ryan a place in the junior podium as well. The bay was moved, but his championship hopes had evaporated. Which meant that Jenna McCann wrote herself into the record books as the IT graduate made a breakthrough with her success in the junior division. A last round victory in Cork saw her become the first woman to take the Premier Junior title.
Right, square right. Okay, 40. That's it. Go, flat crest, 60, and crest, and fast 3 right.
She hails from Ballyjanesduff in County Cavan and is part of an extended rally family which includes her dad James, Uncle Paul and brother Stephen. And to the finish ramp in the juniors back in Macroom, McCann says she enjoys Irish dancing and was coerced into a wee jig by announcer Martin Walsh.
It's been an epic year of a battle for you.
Absolutely. I mean, 6 months ago, I definitely didn't think that I'd be here today, crowned the champion. Tough 2 days it was this weekend, very tough, but the luck was on our side this weekend, so I'm absolutely delighted.
And so to our class winners on this year's Cork 20 Rally. Class 6, John Coyne led the class until retiring on stage 10, but he was the only driver in Class 6. Class 9 won by Anthony Keating and Killian Cronin from Cork in their Ford Escort. Class 10, Landon's Victor and Susan Beamish in their Vauxhall Nova. Class 11F won by Jason Ryan and Peter Keohane in their Honda Civic. East Cork's Michael Murphy and Patsy Cashman won Class 11R in their Toyota Corolla. Cloyne's Emma Cronin and Tommy Hayes in the Escort won Class 12.
3 left, go for 2 left, over crest, go 40, for 2 right, into crest, jump 1 left, 80, to right the crest, jump 1 left, 80, for crest, 40, left on crest, jump past wall, 60, go for 1 left and 1 left again.
Class 13 was won by the Down Dublin combination of John Devlin and John McCarthy in the Talbot Sunbeam. In Class 14, Colin Byrne and Stephen Quinn had been 3rd, but they retired after stage 13. 3rd went to Neil Phelan and Joe Hearns in their Mark II Escort. Second, Barry Jones and Yang Griffiths in the escort. Phil Collins and Stephen Macaulay were leading Class 14 going into the final stage, but they didn't make it to the finish. Handing the class win to Eugene Megan and Sarah Whelan in the BMW. Class 20 victors, Jason McSweeney and Keith McCarthy. Third in Class 22 were Art McCarrick and John Mackay, which meant that they won their class in the Irish Tarmac Rally Championship.
5 left over the bump, right for 100. Stop, turn hairpin left down here. Stop her up, not in the gravel, man. Right, settle it down. 5 right, 40. Well done, Tarmac champion. What's that arm? Good man. Thank you. That was a wild year.
Art, it's been a really successful year for you and ended on a high here in Cork.
It's been a fantastic year. We've been delighted to have been a part of it, and I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but I'm delighted we did it this year.
Class 22 winners, Martin O'Brien and Brian McCarthy in the Citroen.
King, 4 right, 4 left here. Watch the bump. 4 right, 4 left bump. Watch it. 40, 4 left, into a 5 right, 80.
The historic winners were Keith McIver and David Burns. They secured second in the historic championship as a result. In Group N, William Mavity and Brian Daniels finished 8th overall indeed, winning Group N and the Irish Tarmac Rally Championship 2 championship.
Yeah, we had a lot of good luck and a lot of bad luck. Luckily for me, the boys have been able to keep me going at every rally that we've had a problem. Even this weekend, I've kept them busy, so no, they've done a fantastic job preparing the car before the rally and at the rallies, so a lot of thanks to the boys, more so than myself.
R2, second was Ed Toomey and Sean Hassett. The Clonakilty Black Pudding sponsorship comes to an end with their runners-up spot on home soil.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been a phenomenal few years. To be honest, we've been involved with for 4 years there with the championship, and it's been really good. It really has. We've met some great new friends and friends for life, really, you know, and some great ambassadors for our product.
James Wilson and Gavin Doherty were first, and they secured Class 2, an Irish Tarmac Rally Championship 3 championship honours.
Very, very tough rally. At the start of the year when we got into this car, I definitely didn't think I was going to be mixing it with the boys, never mind winning the championship at the end of it, so couldn't be happier. Gavin's done a fantastic job all year in the notes, keeping me in the straight and narrow, but we're here and we got the championship, so I'm very, very happy.
And so to our top 3 overall in the national category. Third place, Barry Mead and John McCarthy. Up to second place came Porrick Duffy and co-driver Kevin Glynn. With the winner, Kevin Eves and William Lynch in the Toyota Corolla. Nobody can dispute Kevin Eves' credentials as the Tarmac Modified Champion, as he once again won the national section of an event in style. 4 wins over the season, usually in wet conditions. The only blip came in Donegal when he crashed heavily and was sidelined for weeks, only to come back and win Ulster and Cork. He is a worthy champion.
Oh no, definitely. How we kind of had ups and downs, and we just kind of plodded at it, and it kind of all worked out in the end. We kind of got the pace up there, and it worked out the way we wanted it, and we're here now.
William, it must feel great taking this victory, of course, in front of your home crowd.
Yeah, sure, it's a dream come true, really. You know, just kind of with the way the year went and with all the accident, we didn't know where we'd be, but to win your local event and the Tarmac Championship in your own town, it's, you know, you couldn't ask for any more, really, you know.
So the top 5 on this year's Cork 20 Rally in the national category. Kevin Eves wins it, Porrick Duffy in second place, 33 seconds down. Barry Mead in third, Jason McSweeney in fourth place, and Eugene Megan finished in fifth place. In the championship, Kevin Eves is the champion. John Devlin finishes in second, Eugene Megan third ahead of Viv Hamill, and Art McCarrick in a creditable fifth. That's it from the Cork 20 Rally and the Irish Tarmac Rally Championship season. Till we meet again, hopefully in 2018, from all the team, it's bye for now.